Here to react is the Heritage Foundation senior economist, Peter St. Onge. Peter, always good to see you. All right, so I'm going to take the common sense view of this. I think it's a good idea to not let people come here who have a track record of simply living off of government welfare payments. Now, others are suing the administration about this. The 75 countries, is there good evidence that these countries give us a lot of people who just come here and live off welfare?
Yeah, there's a lot of evidence for that. You know, the goal here is to replace the American people with imported voters. They'll use every junk lawsuit they can. And what we're dealing with here is countries where you really have two issues. One of them is that a lot of the people from those countries go on welfare. So in Somalia, it's something like 80% who collect some form of taxpayer benefit. The other issue is that a lot of these countries don't vet the people for criminality. They have terrible documentation, or maybe they don't share them with us. Some of these countries are hostile. So we're bringing these people in who may be criminals. We have very good statistics that more than half of legal immigrants, we're not talking illegal here, we're talking legal immigrants, access welfare. Now, it's long-standing federal law that if you come here and you're a public charge, it's called, you'll go on welfare. And of course, if you create crimes, you're supposed to go home. But the Democrats, of course, did not enforce that. They haven't been enforcing that for decades because they want as many immigrants as possible so they can do what they did to California, which, remember, elected Nixon and elected Reagan. Then they got in enough immigrants to flip it blue. That's what they want to do with the whole country.
Yeah, and this is the way I see it. You know, there was a certain amount of illegal immigration that was baked into the cake, Peter. We sort of turned the other way. We needed the workers. This happened for many, many years. I feel like everybody can tell you about someone who's here illegally, that they know, that works, that pays taxes, that's raised a family here. Okay. What happened during the Biden administration when the floodgates were completely opened and the numbers we're talking, I mean, the president's quoting 25 million people coming into this country illegally over the course of 4 years, has created a situation where the system has become absolutely strained. And so, you know, we're at a breaking point in this country. We're either going to decide we want to help our own or we want open borders and everybody can come in and ultimately we'll end up bankrupt.
We'll end up bankrupt, and we will have brought in a bunch of voters. You know, they didn't vote very well back home, right? A lot of these countries are basket cases. I'm not sure they're very good at voting. And, you know, you look at the actual voting patterns, and these people tend to vote for socialism. They tend to vote for redistribution, for taking things from the people who produce. So, A, we won't have a country. B, this will become the third world. You import the third world, you become the third world. So, you know, if you zoom out here, there are billions of people who want to come to this country. We should be taking the absolute top tenth of a percent. We should be taking Elon Musk's, Alexander Graham Bell's, Arnold Schwarzenegger's. There are immigrants who can contribute, but the people that Biden let run across the river there, that's not them. So absolutely, we need to get a lot more people out of this country and then pick only the best to come in. These are not going to be people who are going on welfare.
Let me turn to some good economic news. I think you could classify this. Take a look at the Washington Post, unbelievably, finally embracing the Laffer curve. Its editorial board writing, quote, little to gain by raising taxes on the rich. New research shows the current top federal income tax rate is close to revenue maximized. In other words, when you soak the rich, you don't get more revenue, but you do discourage them. That's the Washington Post, Peter. I take that. Maybe that's a sign of apocalypse, but I think it's really good news.
Yeah, well, this is Jeff Bezos. You know, he completely flipped the Washington Post. The left is so angry at him. You know, he's sold his soul. Remember, the Washington Post didn't endorse Kamala, and that just freaked their readership out. So it is a brand new Washington Post. They are trying out new sane ideas. And one of them is, as you say, the Laffer curve, right? If tax rates are 100%, you're not going to go to work. If they're 50%, you're not going to work very much. So the question is, what is the ideal tax rate? And they're admitting now that we are at a point where if you raise taxes, you are just destroying. You're actually going to get less tax revenue, getting a lot less GDP. You know, there was a study by one of Obama's chief economists, Christine Romer. She found that every dollar you raise in taxes destroys $3 because of the incentives, right? The higher the tax rates, people don't start businesses, they don't take risks, they don't work weekends. So absolutely welcome the new Washington Post. Now go the next step and admit that we need to get rid of the income tax altogether so that we can stop funding Somali daycares and start allowing startups to to actually make it worth going to work.
I suspect it may take a little time to get across that bridge, Peter, but we'll leave that for another day. Nice to see you. Peter St. Onge, we appreciate your time today.